I want to give you a quick rundown on the Ranger 621 FS Pro that I've been running for many years now. Kind of give you a tour of what I like about them, what the options I put on them, all the accessories and that kind of thing. You know, starting at the back of the boat here, we've got the big 400 V10 Verado on the back by Mercury. That thing is just an absolute beast. On average, I can get about 65 miles an hour out of this boat with a normal load, normal 2 people, full of gas, that kind of thing. I also run the 10-foot power pole blade on the back. A lot of people ask me, why do I run a power pole on the back? For number one, I live on the Wisconsin River, which is very shallow, and most of our fishing is less than 4 feet, so I do put the power pole down a lot and fish areas more thoroughly. But you can also run the power pole paddle on this, so on the Great Lakes we can drop that down into the water, slower drifts down, that kind of thing. Helps for tying off on docks when you're by yourself. Just a number of things that this is useful for. I also run the 9.9 kicker, pro kicker on the port side. Some guys don't use kickers anymore. I still rely on kickers. I do still troll quite a bit in different bodies of water, especially around home. So I still run a kicker on there, but on the back of my boat I run 2 different transducers. Number one is a glassed-in transducer by Garmin. That's a GT8. I glass it in myself, and that I use for high-speed graphing. When we're on big water, we run 20-25 miles an hour, maybe 30 miles an hour, and I can actually see those fish that are up and off the bottom with the high-speed deucer. When I get to an area that I like and I shut down the boat and just start idling around, that's where this transducer is going to come into play. That's a GT36 from Garmin. That takes care of my side scan and my down scan. So I've got all 3 sonars with 2 different units, 2D, side scan, and down. So that's kind of how I set my boat up. Looking at the back of the 621 Pro, this is where a lot of work gets done, especially when trolling, but we have integrated tool holders in the back so we can keep our pliers, scissors, anything else we may need. Our main live well is in the back here, and it's big enough to hold 5 giant walleyes on a good tournament day. We also have a little storage compartment here where I keep my call tags, my live well drain plugs if I want to fill my live well full, that kind of thing. But back here on the passenger side, I keep a spare prop, all my tools, calling beams, just anything else that I may need during the day of fishing. And then also here on the passenger side is our main storage compartment where we have anything you may want for a given day, and we'll go through that with you here. Same thing on the driver's side, another big storage bin. The thing about Rangers is extremely dry storage, so once you close that latch, you don't need to worry about getting water in your crankbaits and all your jig boxes, that kind of thing. And then in the back corner here, I run an extra battery. This is a battery that's used for just my electronics, my forward-facing sonar up in the front, my live scopes. 2 units run off 1 battery. My power pole pumps in here. I also run 2 shutoff switches back here, 1 for electronics and 1 for the rest of the boat. So all my main power shutoffs right here. Keeps it nice and easy to get at the end of the day. As we go forward, we have the integrated ruler so we can measure our fish quick during the day of fishing. But as we look in here, I have all my main batteries in here. I run 2 36 volts, 60 amp batteries. It's 120 amps for my trolling motor. Plenty of juice from Pro Guide to last all day. And then as I get to my main battery here, this is my 12 volt AGM style battery. This runs my big motor, my little motor, my live well pumps, and then my graphs on the dash. This whole thing is charged by the charger here. This charger charges every battery I have in my boat. So 2 36s, a 12 volt starting, and a 12 volt electronics all get charged by this right here. So at the dash I run 2 Garmin EchoMap 12-inch units. The one right here in front of me is a flush mounted 12-inch. That just makes things a lot cleaner, a lot easier to see. You don't have a big graph hanging out in front of you. That one I use generally just for sonar purposes. And up here next to it, I'll run another 12-inch Garmin. This one is going to be specifically for GPS. So I don't have to worry about splitting screens. I have everything I need there. Also on my steering wheel, I have both my jack plate trim levers and my tilt and trim levers right here. So as I'm driving down the lake, I can easily function both of those things to get optimal speed out of my boat. As we look over here, we have our iRide screen. This is a screen that shows us everything. It controls all of our live wells, all of our lights, all of our bilge pumps. It has all the information about our engines. Everything goes through this iRide screen. It's all touchscreen, so it makes things very easy to get to. As we look here, we have the zip wake system. The zip wake is going to be for your trim tabs out the back of the boat. That allows us to control the boat as far as which pitch we're going. If it's leaning to the left, I can adjust it to the right. And then also my bow down or bow up. If I want the bow to hit the waves more down, I can roll the zip wakes down and keep that nose down instead of bouncing up through the waves. I also keep a power pole remote switch here so I can drop my power pole down from the dash. Also, as we look down here, we have a phone charger. This is a wireless phone charger. We stick it in the cradle and it automatically charges our phone for us. And down here I also have the Merc monitor, so we can tell exactly how much fuel we're burning during the day, how much fuel we've consumed. We know to the tenth of how much fuel we have left at the end of the day. So, you know, everything is situated perfectly. It's very easy to access everything, and it's set up right. On the passenger side of my boat, I have two glove boxes. Basically the big main glove box, I keep all my tools I need for the day, all my snaps and swivels and extra stuff, batteries, sunscreen, anything, extra gloves, towels. It's big enough where it can hold everything you need for the day. And on the little one here, I keep all my little spools of line that I need, my leader line that I use. So keeps everything nice and clean. And down underneath the passenger side, I have a 5-gallon pail that sits up underneath here. This I will show you real quick of what I keep inside my bucket. Starting out with basically extra fuses, fire extinguishers, a quick start box in case my battery goes dead. I also got jumper cables, flares, so anything I use in the necessity bucket is what I call it. Everything that I have to have in my boat to be legal, I keep right in here. It's dry, it's out of the way. I don't have to stumble around to find that stuff. It's all in that bucket. As we go up to the front of the boat, we have a step that goes up to the bow. That step also has storage in it, so I keep my ropes in there, my bubble scale for the day, extra super glue, even more sunscreen. This keeps a nice organized spot to keep all that stuff where you need it at arm's length. So as I come to the bow of the boat, this is where a lot of our work takes place. I have a 75-inch Garmin Kraken up here with the integrated live scope system, so it's mounted direct to the bottom of the Kraken, and the wire runs conveniently through the shaft. It keeps everything nice and clean. Don't have to worry about breaking wires. And I also run two graphs up here. This is a 16-inch echo map and a 12-inch echo map. The 16-inch is specifically for live scoping. The bottom graph, I use everything else. My 2D, my side, my GPS is designated to the bottom graph. Also up here I have my power pole button, so I can control the power pole from the bow of the boat. And then of course we have a recessed foot pedal here, which the recessed foot pedal on mine, I run wireless from Garmin. It runs off 2 AA batteries and lasts all year. I've never had to replace batteries midway through a season, so it keeps it very nice and clean. As I come back from the bow, I have 2 main storage compartments, one on my right, one on my left. Completely dry storage as usual from Ranger. On one side I'll keep all my life jackets, my rain gear, that kind of stuff that I need to keep on one side, and then the other side I'll have extra tackle. Anything that I might need throughout the day I keep on that side. As I go back further, I have a bait well system up here, which is also used for not only bait, but for smaller fish if you're trying to keep them organized throughout the day. In the center of the boat, of course, I have the rod locker. This rod locker holds up to 8.5 foot rods, so there's plenty of storage for everything you need. The last compartment up on the bow is going to be my cooler for the day. That's where I keep all my ice, my bait, my drinks, my food. Insulated cooler, so it can hold 20 pounds of ice all day easily. Don't have to worry about things getting warm throughout the day.